Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Diane and I hope you're all okay. So let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Diane and today we're going to be trying to make a couple of coasters for Halloween. It's a collaboration with Claire's Crafty Corner. Thank you again Claire for organising this. So let's get to it. So today I'm going to be using the J. Diction 4-hour demold resin. It's getting cold now and I just want it to set up a bit quicker. Hopefully while it's during the daytime it won't be as cold. So I'm going to mix up 80 mils and hope that's enough to just do some of this in white, just enough to cover this, and then I can back it in a different colour if need be. So let's get a stirring stick and let's get measuring this up. So we'll do 40, this one's done by volume, so we'll do 40 mils of part A. I forgot how gloopy this one was. I do like the thick stuff, look at it, it's gloopy. Gloop gloop. Okay, there we go. That's 40 mils of that one. We'll add 40 mils of part B on top of that. There we go. Okay, let's get me. I'm going to mix it by hand due to there only being a small amount, and I don't think the electric mixer is going to enjoy mixing this thick stuff. Don't particularly like it myself, it's very goopy. Probably done it in a bigger tub. Okay, so I took it out off camera and put it into a bigger size cup. And being really thick, it's got lots of air bubbles. But at the moment, that's fine. I'm just going to mix some of this opaque pigment from Resin 8 from white. It's one that they sent with when I bought. Sorry. It was for making waves. Not tried it yet on making waves, but kind of hoping it works. So I need clean popsicle stick. Use this coffee stirrer and break it in half. Don't need the whole size. Right, I did give this a mix up earlier because it gone just sitting around. Not sure how much I need, so I'm just going to use that size blob. Mixing. Obviously I want it quite opaque, I don't want it transparent so that you can see everything that's going to go in the coaster. That's a really good pigment. I don't think I'm going to need any more than that. Wow. Okay, so I decided to give it a quick debubble and it's about to finish. Okay, so if anybody hasn't seen how this works, make sure you have this plugged in before you turn it on. This is where the air gets released. Okay, so that's that. So, okay, so that's mostly debubbled now, which is great. But firstly, what I want to do is give my mould a quick clean again. There's always bits that just appear from nowhere. I cleaned it before we started and bits just appear from nowhere, don't they? Anyway. So, what I decided to do is I'm going to use a bit of the J. Dixon New Formula UV resin. I'm going to pour it into here, squeeze some into here, sorry. Not going to need a lot. Okay, if you can see there's not a lot in there, only a tiny little bit. And I'm going to add some of the Let's Resin alcohol ink in colour Sugar Light. And then 2 drops I'm hoping will be enough. Mix that in. And what I'm going to do is make some blood stripes and whatnot's all over the place. Splats, not stripes. Okay, get my lamp and quickly cure those up. It just fits over the top. Quickly flip those over. They should cure up fine, but I just want to make sure. Okay, that's that. So now I'll flip it back over. And I'm going to give it a bit of a spray with alcohol. As this being a thicker resin, we want it to go down into the corners without too many bubbles. Okay, I think that'll be fine. That side doesn't seem to have any bubbles, this side has more. What we'll do is give them a quick pop. I'll keep an eye on this while it's setting up for a while so we can keep popping the bubbles. Should be able to have a quick look around the edge. Bubbles. Can't see any. That'd be great if it is like that, because it doesn't appear to be any bubbles. So I'm going to leave those to set up and I'll be back as soon as they're ready. I'm going to mix up a little bit more off camera and just top them up. Nothing different, just more white on top, and I'll see you shortly. Okay, so I had these on the heat pad overnight. Now I'm going to quickly demold them. And bottom corners are sharp. And see how these came out. Oh, I really love, I love how them come out. Look at that. That's so cool. Hopefully there's enough room in here for what I want to do. Because I know I haven't told you yet. I'm not sure if the... don't know. Anyway, there's a few bubbles popped up. Very small ones along the edge, but I'm not bothered about those. Might even come off once I take the edge off the deburring tool. But again, I love how them come out. That's really cute. Not cute, but that kind of looks like a dead bowl. Again, there's a couple of bubbles, but nothing too much to worry about. I like the texture of the alcohol. I don't know, can you see the texture on there? That's from the alcohol, when I sprayed the alcohol on. That's quite, I've never seen that before. Kind of a cool effect. But anyway, that's those. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn these into shakers. But I was having a play to work out how I could make it, and I made this gloopy mess up, which, if I just grab me, just get me a little stirry stick, it's literally just gloopy stuff. I can't show you how I made it because I basically just, there's no science to it, there's no measuring to it. All it is basically is vegetable glycerine mixed with fake blood. Got this one from Tesco in the UK. Oops, and it's very messy. So I just basically poured some of this into the tub, then added some of this, and then just kept adding whichever I needed to make it to this consistency. And it's a really nice colour. I think I might have added a tiny little bit of the Sugar Light alcohol ink that I used for this, because that's a really cool blood colour. But it would have only been a tiny bit when I first started testing it. So that's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add baby oil and this into the mould. What I'm going to do is I'm going to seal the top up first. Move that out the way before I make a mess of it again. Hide it under there. Right. I'm going to seal the tops and then put a little hole in somewhere and then add baby oil, and that hopefully it'll go through the needle nose. Is it needle nose? I don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying? Doesn't matter. So let's just get some of the acetate and we'll get this sealed off and go from there. Okay, so I found this piece of, it's like acetate. It's a little bit thinner than the stuff I normally use for shakers, but I'm hoping it'll be okay. It's something I took off some kind of packaging at some point. I knew it would come in useful. It's got splotches of paint on it from something, but I'm sure we can work that out. So what I'm going to do, line that up like that. And then quickly get in very lightly mark the corners. Other side, grab a ruler and then we can that's one. So what we can do is we can cut that one out. Sorry if that's a bit glary. I'm cutting along the line because that's how I measured it on the top of the coaster. Now we can use this one as a template to cut out another one. There we go, that's two covers. Some 99% alcohol on a tissue and just run around the edge just to get any of that marker off. Top of it a bit more, and we'll have trouble finding it. Okay, so that's those done. I'm going to try using the UV resin from the bonding kit and the little torch, because I'm hoping this will work a little bit better than the other does. It normally just doesn't seem to work for me. So I'm just going to run a little bead of this along the edge. Do one at a time. Let's just go around the edge. There's no gaps. Okay. So very carefully pop this on top. Have a quick look around, see if it's actually making contact everywhere. Seems to be making good contact. So I'm going to put that on there in a minute. I'm not going to set it with this. I'm going to use my actual light, proper light. But I'm not going to do it until I finish doing this one, so I don't knock that over. We'll do this one first so I don't accidentally cure this while I'm working on it. And again, just go around. All covered. And there's no gaps. Again, go around the edge. And again, we'll just gently lay this on. Pop it on top. Check we're making contact everywhere again. Evenly. Okay, so we'll do these both together now. Right, I've just remembered I got another pack of the fake blood. This is the one I got. It's from Tesco's. I think it was less than £1 or just over £1, something like that. But I got two just in case. And also found these tattoos. I think they're really cool. So once I finish doing these, I'm going to put some of these on top of the coasters as well and make it more creepy, I think. That one raised up a little bit there. I think it's still sealed, but it's just a bit annoying. Okay. Yeah, it has sealed, but it's just, for some reason, it's slightly risen there. Can you see? If you can see, just there, kind of raised up a bit. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay. I did it fits that in there as well. Is that sealed as well? Yeah, again that's sealed. Just going to run a little bit inside both of those little bits just in case. As we don't want anything seeping out, do we? This time I can just do it with a little light, because it's designed for. And there we go. Okay, so we're back. I filled this with baby oil. Hopefully it'll come out easier than the others because it's a little bit more fluid. And this is the same type of bottle, but all I did was I heated up the tip. You see it's got a nice blue colour with this torch lighter. It's the ones that are like a little mini flamethrower, mini torch. So I heated it up and then just grabbed it with a pair of tweezers and pulled it out because I really don't think that this stuff's going to come through that hole. Hopefully it'll go through that hole. It's a little bit bigger. So now what we need to do is put a little hole in one of the corners. I think the easiest way to do it will be with a pokey tool and a bit of heat. We'll just poke a little hole there. There's one. Oops, heat it up again. And two. There we go. Right, so move that out of the way. And we'll start filling up this. Oh yes, that one comes out much easier. This is where we'll find out if it actually will leak or not. Seems to be doing okay so far. Right, so that's about half of the bottle. That's more than half of the bottle, to be fair. I'm just going to lie that down a minute, move it all around so that it coats everything in the oil. Try and get about the same in this one. Might need to refill my bottle, but we'll see. Okay, that's empty. Just need to refill this. Fill it up. There. I'll have to give this a clean anyway. Okay, so how much have we got in this one and this one? Yeah, we definitely need more in this one, don't we? Okay, so that's about even now. So I think that's enough of that for a moment. So let's put the lid on. Now the test to see if this stuff's actually going to squeeze through the hole. Would be nice if something actually worked. Oh, we want it to. Oh yeah, that's going in nice. I think there should be enough in there now. Now what I'm going to do, a clean tissue, some alcohol. Oh, come back. Clean up round that hole. There was any of the oil or the fake blood stuff got. Stick your finger on there and just see how it pours. I think we'll add a bit more oil. We'll just trial and error because I've never done anything like this before, so see how it comes out. I think I'm going to mainly fill this up with the oil. Just leave a bubble so that it can move the blood around. Okay, so we'll leave that bubble. There, that. It's standing on. What we'll do, put one of them there. Stand that one in there like so and hope it stands up enough. Okay, that should be enough. And do the same with this one. One of them? No, it's not one of them. Small ones, isn't it? Okay, so there's a little bit less in that one. So future reference, I'll know to put a bottle of each, a bottle in each. So let's just put a little bit more of this in here. Like I say, I didn't like how it was not matching. There we go. That's closer. Okay. That's that one. Got more in that one. There we go. That's close enough now. So again, what we need to do is quickly clean off around the hole where I've been putting the oil in so that we can seal it shut. Whatever you do, don't squeeze on the acetate cover because it's quite thin and it will squirt out the hole. Let's just make sure the hole's clear of any oil, and then anything else left on the coaster we can clean up afterwards. So now what we need is, again, I'm going to use this one and just to put a big dollop on the hole. See what I'm doing? Yeah. And a big dollop on the hole. And I'm just going to set that quick. Again, same with this one. Oops. Big blob on the hole. And seal it. I've made a bit of a blob on that one, but it's all sealed now. And a little bit flatter, but that one I made a bit of a blob on, so what I'm going to have to do, so I treated myself to this in the Amazon Day on the 10th and the 11th of October. And I thought this would be ideal for using when I'm sanding, so I think we'll give a quick test and see. So we don't get quite so much mess everywhere. It just has an on and off switch, and this comes off and there's a filter in there. That there. And it comes, unfortunately, for us in the UK, it comes with a 2-plug. So I had to buy an adapter as well. But I don't know how loud this is going to be, so I'll probably have to mute it. Right, let's just see how loud it is. It's quite loud, so I'll have to mute this. But all I'm going to do, bring these up here a minute and find, where's my little bit thing that I had? There it is. Use one of the little sanding files. Okay, so I've just got my little e-file thing. It's for doing your nails. Turn that on. No, I won't, because apparently the battery's dead on that now. So as you can hear, this is really quite quiet. But we're going to turn this on, so I'll mute you up now. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a file over this bit to smooth it down a bit, and across here I'm going to try see if I can smooth that down a bit. And there we go. I took that down a bit there. It's still a bit high. That's much smoother there. Took that bit down, and that one's quite small anyway. So I'm just going to put this away and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that's done, I need to just give this a quick wipe over again, because get rid of any dusty stuff from filing and any of the oil that was still on the top. So before we put the resin on the top to coat them, I'm going to try some of these tattoos on there. Again, these came from Tesco. I think they were about £1, something like that again. So I think we'll go with that one there. All we have to do is remember to peel off that bit. Press them onto the surface. I'm going to take them back off me things. Oops. This one. And we want that one to go that way, don't we? Okay, then all we need is a bit of water. Probably don't need this much. Bit of overkill. Plenty of water. Right, and then we just wait for them to. Probably need a bit more water. And a bit more water to my tissue. And then just sit it on top. And you know when they're ready because they literally start sliding off. That one and that one the same. Come off. There we go, all ready. Excellent. And then just dab them dry tissue. Don't rub them hard because they might come off. There we go. Not sure how the blood's working at the moment. It seems to have stuck to the bottom, but we shall see if it works. Hopefully it works. Right, now I just need to level them up again. Okay, they seem to be level now, or level enough. So it's not the ideal resin for this, but I just warmed up some of this 4-hour demold part A because it started crystallizing because of its getting cold. So all you have to do if you find your resin is actually crystallizing and going lumpy, just heat it up in a warm bath of water, obviously in the bottle. And now I'm just going to mix 40 mils up of this, and I'll be back once I've mixed it. Okay, I've run this through the debubbler twice. As you can see, there's still loads of bubbles in there. If you can see, let's bring that up closer. It's really wobbly. They're very, very small bubbles, but I don't have any more time because it's getting really warm. So I'm going to have to just pour it on and hope for the best. I've tried heating it up a little bit as well to make them rise, but they're not working. But if we end up with bubbles, we end up with bubbles. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so I'm just going to pour some of this on the top. Taking my time, don't want to rush it. Okay. That one done. Okay. Trying to pull away from the edge here. Or push it across a bit more. That normally means there's not quite enough resin on, so I'm just going to gently put a bit more on and hope it doesn't go over. Still self-level at the moment, not quite thick enough to not self-level. It's good. So we'll give it a quick blast with the lighter and see if any bubbles will burst. Okay, as you can see, well, I'm not sure if you can see, but there are a lot of micro bubbles, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them to come to rise out. So fingers crossed, at least some of them do. But I don't think it'll be a terrible look. It might look like glitter, I guess. But anyway, I'm going to leave these now to set overnight. I'm going to give them a slow curing, even though it's a faster curing resin. I'm going to let it just... So we're going to leave this now. I'm going to put the heat mat on a low setting and leave it to run for 6 hours. Even though it's a 4-hour curing time, I just want it to set a little slightly slower. So hopefully it gives them bubbles enough chance to rise. So I'll be back to see how they when they're finished queuing up. Okay, so it's the following day. These have queued up nicely. There's a couple of bubbles that formed on the top. In fact, there's only one there, and most of them cleared themselves, which is great. Obviously, the bubbles you can see inside now are from the actual oil. So let's give these a shake and see if they actually do anything. Ooh, it's very bloody. I'm quite chuffed with those. They came out quite well. That seems to have stuck a little bit too much on the bottom though of there, but I'm not bothered by that. There's still some moves around nicely. I kind of like that. So happy Halloween, everybody, and thanks again to Claire at Claire's Crafty Corner for doing the collaboration. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.